Hello again. Some news on the go for you now. The University of the Free State, the fire brigade and the police are all investigating the cause of a blaze at the QwaQwa campus. That fire destroyed 2 campus buildings, we understand, yesterday. Footage also shows the library and computer centers going up in smokes. It's alleged that students went on the rampage over unpaid allowances from the National Student Financial Aid Scheme. Let's get your sense of what else we know. Bring in freelance journalist Joseph Mokoaledi, who joins us now via our telephone line. Joseph, it's great to speak to you. Thank you so much indeed for making time. My understanding is that 2 students have now been arrested in the wake of what's actually taken place, but of course a whole lot more students were involved in this.
Thank you, Ayanda. It's true that yesterday at about 8:15, the University of the Free State was under fire by the devastated student of the university due to NSFAS problem. Now, the main problem here, we got information from the president of the SRC saying he wrote a letter to the management saying that the management should assist the student. As we all know that NSFAS is a national crisis now. NSFAS did not, the National Treasury did not send the money to the NSFAS. So they want, the president want the NSFAS, the management to assist the students because there are some students who are from different areas here in QwaQwa. They are stranded. They need help. So the management take time to respond the letter from the president, Prince. So has the student decided to take to the street and burn down some of the building of the university? I can confirm now that the student has burned down the university clinic and media lab of this university. It's true that it's 2 students who are arrested now, but we don't know when are they going to appear before the potential magistrate court.
Sure. Quite reminiscent of those 2016 images during the Fees Must Fall movement. Of course, the circumstances are quite different. But what I also understand is that they were able, the students that is, to block some of the main roads for up to 6 hours. As you've mentioned, 2 really important buildings have burned down. That doesn't happen in a quick, moment. It takes some time to get there. So the question becomes, where were police? Where was law enforcement at the time where things were getting quite heated? Excuse the pun.
Well, it's not for the first time, Ayanda, for the students to go to the street, blocking the main road from Butadi Chaba. About a month ago, the student was slept outside the university. They were trying to talk to the management, although the management later made the press conference, trying in attempt to address the student crisis. So now the students are angry and they want the management to respond with immediate effect. They are now out of order, but we can say now SASCO. We talked to SASCO president earlier today who said they are not going to allow the management to play with their students because some of the students, like I said, are from different areas, far away from QwaQwa, like KwaZulu-Natal. So they are stranded. They don't know what needs to be done. They have nothing to eat. Their accommodation, they find some challenges in their accommodation. Hence, they are so devastated to take to the street and fight for what they call is their rights.
Sure. The university has come out to already say that they'll institute immediate suspensions against at least the 2 students that have been arrested. Any word around classes continuing at that campus, at least for today?
The university released the media statement yesterday by saying that all the academics have been suspended until further notice, and the academics will go back to online from now until further notice. But we are still waiting for a formal statement from the university by saying that when are they going to reopen the campus, the QwaQwa campus, because of this violence.
NSFAS is arguably at the center of this. Not that it's a justifiable reason, but the students are saying part of the reason why they've gone on the rampage like this is because they haven't received their allowances. Has NSFAS at least come out to say anything about whether or not this is true?
Well, for now, we are are still waiting. Like I said, we are still waiting for the comment from NSFAS, from the university, so that we can be able to have a clear picture of what's really happening here. But the students now, as we speak, as you know, that it's the opening of the school today, and students are there. Students have to pay their accommodation. Students have to pay some meals. So there is no. I think it's too early for us to maybe to get an information, because we are still waiting for the relevant stakeholders maybe to give us clarity of what needs to be done from now onward. Like you asked a question about the police officials. The police were there. I mean, the police came later. They got information. Like I said, the incident happened at around 8:15. The police got an information at 9. So the police just quickly go there and arrest 2 students. But for now, like I said, we don't know when are they going to appear before the court.
Sure. Before I let you go, I mean, you've already touched on this, but help us place the kind of impact this kind of loss would have on a campus like this one. I mean, you know, sadly, we live in a country where the inequalities are reflected even sometimes in the quality of our higher education institutions. You know, a UCT, for instance, might be able to, I don't know, make some plans or means to be able to recover from something like this quicker than at any other institution. What kind of impact is something like 2 buildings being burned down at this campus in QwaQwa likely to have on the prospects of those who study there?
I think it's not a good thing for the student to do so. Whether they are angry, whether they are disgruntled, they have to respect their buildings, because even if you can think, when someone take initiative to burn down a media lab, it's going to take a long time to be fixed. And you know, I can say South Africa, like you asked, South Africa is one of the countries that we know about the violence inherited from our revolutionaries. You know, before 1994, for government to hear the grievances, there have to be a crisis. So the students learned very well from those things. So I think the government or the national government should correct this in our mind, or in the student mind from now onwards, because it seems like for the management or for government, for them to hear the message clear, it should be the violence, of which is not good, is not the right thing to do so.
Sure. Yeah, really concerning what's taking place. Joseph Mokoaledi, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. Joseph is a freelance journalist that's working within the QwaQwa area, and we're speaking to him on the back of at least 2 buildings going up in flames at the University of the Free State's QwaQwa campus. At the heart of this, we're told, are students who are disgruntled that they haven't received their NSFAS allowances. NSFAS for itself is still mum on the issue. They haven't said anything officially. The university is now suspending classes at least for today, whilst 2 students, we're told, have now been arrested. It's a developing story sharply on our radar. We'll get you more details as soon as they're confirmed. More news